Methods for multi-criteria decisions. We can consider that a decision problem is a multi-criteria if there are at least two conflicting criteria and two alternatives for the solution. In other words, the multi-criteria decision is identifying the best solution or solutions by considering simultaneously the multiple criteria that are at stake. The following terminology: alternatives, possible solutions or actions to take; attributes, characteristics that describe each of the available alternatives, which can be quantitative or qualitative; objectives, results that are expected to be achieved. They are daily associated with the decision maker's wishes and preferences. Goals, objective part that indicates the expected levels of the attributes. And finally, the criteria, parameters or benchmarks that allow evaluating the options or alternatives presented in the decision process. Techniques without a priori information. These are characterized by the following. The flow of information goes from the analyst to the decision maker. In any event that requires information, the analyst does not have input data, initial views, nor an orientation regarding the type of data expected to be obtained. The analyst, occupying his abilities, techniques, and methodologies, studies, reviews, and structures the problem. The advantage in this technique: we have the decision maker asks the analyst to collect the most information of the matter at hand, because the more information there is, the better. Techniques with a priori information. The initial information flow comes from the decision maker. He or she first provides and shows analysts the framework and structure of what they are looking for, as well as the criteria for selecting information, so that everyone is clear about what is expected from the information collected. The model that integrates this information is constructed. The range of options is opened. The options that meet the criteria are shown, and the reports that can be used are integrated as criteria for making the final decision. Interactive techniques. The combined model between the two prior techniques is known as interactive. Based on these criteria, the analyst presents a first overview to the decision maker for his or her review, evaluation, and acceptance or modification. This technique is the most used but not the most effective. Scoring method. The decision maker must establish the relative importance of each of the objectives that he or she is pursuing, which makes us think that there are many likely targets to choose, in order to build a preference structure among the probable alternatives. Steps of the scoring method. 1. Identify the overall goal. 2. Distinguish the alternatives. 3. List the criteria to be used in the decision-making process. 4. Assign a value to each criterion. 5. Establish a proportion of satisfaction for each alternative in each criterion. 6. Calculate the score, the weighted average, for each alternative. 7. Put the alternatives in order according to the score or average obtained, so that the alternative with the highest score is the recommended one. Methods for multi-objective decisions. 1. Identify the objectives to be considered in a decision. 2. Weigh each of the objectives based on its importance. 3. Identify the alternatives. 4. Evaluate the alternatives according to the established objectives. 5. Consider as the best alternative the one that fulfills all the objectives in the most satisfactory way. 6. Examine the best decision to identify potential adverse consequences. 7. Control the final decision effects, preventing the problem adverse consequences. Decision tree. A decision tree is a graphical and analytical way to represent all events that can arise from a decision made at a certain time. Helps us to make the right decision when facing a wide range of possible decisions from a probabilistic point of view. In a working environment, decision trees are diagrams that show us the possible results of the primary or consequential choice throughout a process in order to determine what options are available and thus demonstrate the results of the decision made. Decision tree terminology. Decision note. It indicates that at that point of the process a decision is required. It is represented by a square. Probability note. It indicates that at that point occurs a random event. It is represented by a circle. Branch. It shows the different paths that we can take when we make a decision or when some random events occur. Its image is an arrow like the following. Cost-benefit analysis. It is a set of procedures that allows to review, evaluate, and offer alternatives. This analysis measures the relationship between the resources that should be invested and the expected profits in order to evaluate the profitability of an investment project. According to the cost-benefit analysis, a project or business will be profitable when the cost-benefit ratio is greater than 1. Steps of the cost-benefit analysis. 1. Find the cost and benefits. 2. Convert the cost and benefits to the current value. 3. Find the cost-benefit ratio. 4. Analyze the cost-benefit ratio. 5. Compare with other projects. Sensitivity analysis. A sensitivity analysis refers to the various interpretations that arise from the cost-benefit analysis. Since the number obtained from the calculations is different from the probable dispersion of the data, this dispersion is the sensitivity. Based on the results obtained, we can establish or define 3 likely scenarios: pessimistic, optimistic, and probable.